Okay, dear students, now we are going to discuss about structure of nephron. Okay, what we are going to discuss? Structure of nephron. Okay, nephron. Okay, nephron is the structural functional unit of the kidney. So, what is nephron? Nephron is called structural functional unit of the kidney. Nephron is called structural functional unit of kidney. Functional unit of kidney. So, okay, kidney made up of nephrons. So, already we learned about the kidney internal structure. Even medullary region, even cortex region in kidney, that is made up of what? Millions of nephrons. In nephrons only urine formation occurs in nephrons. So nephron is called structural, that kidney made up of nephrons, kidney functioning with nephrons. So that it is called structural functional unit of the kidney, which is called nephron. So if you observe the structure of nephron, generally nephron, which is the tube-like, long tube-like structures of nephron, these nephrons are especially for, okay, nephron is the thin-walled coiled duct lined by a single layer of epithelial cells. Okay, it is a thin, it is a very thin, it is a what? It is covered with thin and also thin-walled and coiled, thin-walled and coil structure, which is covering with what? Which is covering with epithelial tissue. Epithelial, covering with what? Epithelial tissue, which is covering with single layer of epithelial tissue. Single layer of epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue or epithelium, whatever is there. Okay, generally, if you observe in nephron divided into two parts. Nephron divided into two regions or two parts. Two parts. The first part is called Malpighian body. Malpighian body, and second one is what? Renal tubules. Renal tubule. So, first of all, we are going to discuss about the Malpighian body. So, nephron, the structure, the total structure of nephron, that type of small, thin, coiled structures in kidney, each kidney having millions of nephrons is there. In nephron, what happened? Urine formation occurs in kidney, occurs in nephron. So, nephron is called structural functional unit of the kidney. So, nephron divided into two parts, two regions. One region we can call Malpighian body, what we are drawn. Second one is renal tubule. The difference between Malpighian tubule and Malpighian body and renal tubule, if you observe it there, okay, Malpighian body, for example, which is called Malpighian body. So, which is the cup-shaped structure. I am drawing one more diagram here, which is the cup-shaped structure. This is called Malpighian body. The Malpighian body, okay, it forms, okay, this is the renal tubule. This renal tubule open into the collecting tube. This is what? Collecting tube. It is open into the collecting tube. So, okay, this is a structure. Okay, easy to draw the diagram. Okay, this is what Bowman's capsule. This is the structure we can call Malpighian body. This tube is called renal tubule. What we call this is renal tubule. So, first of all, the Malpighian body. We have to discuss about Malpighian body. The Malpighian body and divided into, one is glomerular, and the second one is what? Okay, Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. Which is a Bowman's capsule means what? Which is called Bowman's capsule. So here, which is a cup-shaped structure is there. This cup-shaped structure we can call Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. If you observe this Bowman's capsule and the second one Bowman's capsule and other one we can call which is the renal artery enter into the Bowman's capsule, which is the cup-shaped structure, which is enter into the Bowman's capsule, and it forms a bunch of blood capillaries. It forms a bunch of blood capillaries. That bunch of blood capillaries we can call especially for glomerulus. Glomerular. So try to understand here. If you observe the structure of nephron divided into two regions. One is we can call Monofilament body. Second one is what? Renal tubule. The Monofilament body divided into two parts, which is a cup-shaped structure we can call Bowman's capsule, and next one we can call, which is a bunch of blood capillaries which is combined and which is called bunch of blood capillaries which is located inside the Bowman's capsule, that is we can call glomerular. This glomerulus and Bowman's capsule, though combined, these are combined and form Monofilament body. Monofilament body. So, if you observe the here Monofilament body structure, so I am drawn separate diagram of Monofilament body. Observe the Monofilament body structure. The Monofilament body already I am told one cup shaped structures. Okay, one is what? Cup shaped structure. This is, and in this Monofilament body already divided into two parts. One is, which is the cup shaped structure we can call Bowman's capsule. What we call Bowman's capsule. What is Bowman's capsule? Which is cup shaped structure we can call Bowman's capsule. This Bowman's capsule, it is made up of two membranes. Bowman's capsule is made up of two membranes. It is lining means what? Covering. Lining with what? Single layer of epithelial tissue. Okay, I am kept there here dots, just like a room-like structures and dots. What are these? This is the lining with what? This Bowman's capsule lining with what? Epithelial tissue. Single epithelium. So, and next one, if you observe it, their outer layer we can call, it is made up of whatever Bowman's capsule is made up of two membranes. Outer membrane we can call perital membrane, inner membrane we can call visceral membrane. So, what is Bowman's capsule? Bowman's capsule is the part of Monofilament body. Monofilament body is divided into two parts. One is Bowman's capsule, second one is what? Glomerular. First of all, we have to discuss about Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule is a cup-shaped structure. It is lining with epithelial tissue and it is covered with what? Two membranes. Outer membrane we can call perital membrane, inner membrane we can call visceral membrane. So, if you observe this between these outer perital and visceral membrane, the space is there. That space we can call capsular space. What is this? Capsular space. What is capsular space? The capsular space is between outer layer and inner layer. Whatever gap is there, this gap we can call capsular space. And here having in visceral layer inside the Bowman's capsule, we will observe which are podocytes. Podocytes का मतलब क्या है? Look like what? Foot structure. Podo means foot. Okay, foot-like structures is there. These cells we can call, these are also epithelial cells. We can call podocytes. Between the podocyte, capsular podocytes, especially for holes, is there. Porous means what? Holes. So anyway, what you have to remember about Bowman's capsule? Bowman's capsule is the first part of what? Monofilament body. Bowman's capsule is the cup-shaped structure. Okay, cup-shaped structure which is lining with epithelial tissue. It is made up of what? It is covering with two membranes. Outer covering we can call perital membrane. Inner covering we can call visceral membrane. Inner membrane we will observe some podocyte cells which are look like foot-shaped structure. And in cup-shaped structure, in located blood capillaries are located. These blood capillaries, bunch of blood capillaries, we can call glomerulus. Glomerulus. Which is formed glomerulus? The glomerulus means what? Bunch of blood capillaries. What is the meaning of bunch of blood capillaries? I'm drawn with blue color. What is these? These are what? Especially bunch of blood capillaries, group of blood capillaries, bunch of blood capillaries. That is we can call glomerulus. What happened here? This is efferent arteriole. Okay. For example, here this is the renal artery. Renal artery. Actually, renal aorta, from which is coming from heart, renal aorta, it is divided into branches. In that one branch is renal artery. This renal artery divided into small branches. This is we can call efferent. Don't confuse. Efferent arteriole. What we call that is the big branch which is origin from renal artery. This branch we can call, this is the renal artery. This is the renal artery which brings the blood to the kidneys. The renal artery divided into small branch. That branch we can call efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole. When the efferent arteriole enter into the Bowman's capsule, when it is enter into the Bowman's capsule, it is divided into small branch. It is divided into narrower. First, okay, try to observe here. This is efferent arteriole. This arteriole enter into the Bowman's capsule. Their size is decreasing, narrower. Size is decreasing. So this is a very important point. Okay, try to understand. This is whatever drawn this diagram. Okay, this is the efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole, when it is enter into the Bowman's capsule, their diameter. That means diameter means what? Diameter is decreased. Diameter is decreased. So when the diameter is decreased, blood pressure is increased. How can you say blood pressure is increased? One point we have to remember. When we are observing in water servicing centers, in water servicing center, if you observe it, that tube is there in a nozzle. The front side of the tube, for example, it is supplying the water. Front side of the tube very small in size. Why? Because here, if it is small in size, that is useful to sending the water with pressure. If it is also wide, water is not sending with what high pressure. But the nozzle, front side nozzle is very small in size. Why? Because it is sending the water with high pressure. So here what happened? Efferent arteriole is larger diameter. When it is enter into the Bowman's capsule, it form a bunch of blood capillaries. These bunch of blood capillaries diameter is very thin. Now it is coming outside the bunch of blood capillaries like efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole. Okay, if anybody is asking the difference between efferent arteriole का difference क्या है? Efferent arteriole diameter ज़्यादा होता है. Efferent arteriole का diameter very small in size, very less diameter. So why efferent arteriole enter into the bunch of Bowman's capsule? It form a bunch of blood capillaries with thin capillaries. Okay, then it is coming outside the Bowman's capsule like efferent. Efferent diameter is very small. Efferent diameter is blood vessels diameter is what? Larger. So why there are larger means what? The blood pressure is increased in glomerulus. What is glomerulus? Bunch of blood capillaries. Where it is formed? In Bowman's capsule. Okay, bunch of blood capillaries we can call glomerulus. Here pressure is increased. When we are discussing about urine formation, we have to discuss that concept. So this is the structure of what? Bowman's capsule. Sorry, Monofilament body. Monofilament body divided into one cup-shaped structure. We can call this is Bowman's capsule, and bunch of blood capillaries we can call glomerulus. Try to remember that much. Okay. So the first one is what? Monofilament body. After Monofilament body, second part is what? Especially renal tubule. Renal means kidney tubules. Okay. Renal tubules. Renal tubules are divided into three parts. One is PCT. Second one is this loop of Henle. loop, loop of Henle. Third one is, third one we can call especially DCT. Sir, what is PCT? What is DCT? PCT means proximal. I will explain. What is the meaning of proximal convoluted tubules? Proximal convoluted tubule. DCT means what? Distal. Distal means last. Distal convoluted tubules. Proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubule and lobe of Henle. Okay, what is proximal convoluted tubule? Proximal, the meaning means what? The meaning of proximal means what? First, starting. First convoluted tubule or nothing but we can call first convoluted tubule or proximal. This is what? Last convoluted tubule. Distal convoluted means last convoluted tubule. This is what after this is Monofilament body. This part we can call Monofilament body. After that one, the Monofilament body enter into the funnel shape. That is the entering of the Monofilament body. That is the what? Posterior region of the Monofilament body. One cup shaped, one funnel shaped structure is there. This structure we can call PCT. What we call PCT? Proximal convoluted tubule. What is proximal? After Monofilament body, after Bowman's capsule, the posterior region of the Bowman's capsule, one funnel shaped tube is there. One funnel shaped tube we can call PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. And proximal convoluted tubule and second part, that is a tube. Second part we can call, which is the U-shaped structure, we can call loop of Henle. What we call that is loop of Henle. The loop of Henle open into the DCT. DCT means distal convoluted tubule. Distal convoluted tubule open into the collecting tube. Collecting tube open into the uterus, ureters, collecting tube. So, okay, if you observe the structure of nephron, the first structure we can call Monofilament body, second structure we can call renal tubule. The renal tubule divided into three parts. One is PCT, loop of Henle, DCT. PCT is the first part. What is PCT? The PCT is the first convoluted tubule. Okay. Why? Because it is called first convoluted tubule. Especially for first convoluted tubule, mean PCT shows cells of breast border formed microvilli. PCT shows what? Breast border microvilli. It is showing microvilli. Breast border microvilli showing. DCT, no microvilli are showing. Okay, microvilli. Why? Because here reabsorption is occurs. The first part of the renal tubule is PCT, loop of Henle, and DCT. Okay, so okay, the entire tubule is embedded within the network of capillaries, the efferent arteriole, which leaves the glomerulus breakdown of capillaries. Okay, so anyway, DCT lies close to the glomerulus of the same nephron. Okay, so anyway, you try to remember PCT, loop of Henle, and DCT. What are these? These are the tubes. This is a part of what? Especially for nephron. Okay, nephron DCT open into the collecting tube. Okay, these tubules especially for. Okay, and that is our structure of nephron. And if you observe it there, this is already I am told this is efferent arterioles. This is we can call efferent. Already I am told the difference between efferent. This efferent arteriole, okay, around the nephron, around the renal tubule, it forms what? It forms peritabular capillaries. Try to understand what it forms, which is forms. That means efferent arteriole coming outside the Bowman's capsule. It is surrounded renal tubule. It is rounded the renal tubule and combined and rounded the renal tubule and forms peritabular. Okay, so peri means rounded. Peritabular capillaries. capillaries. This peritabular capillary is rounded, okay, attaching, it is going into the renal tubule. So it forms around the renal tubule, it forms a capillary, peritabular capillary. So that is we can call vasa recta. What we call vasa recta. So remember that one. Okay, this is the structure of what? Nephron. Nephron structure. If you observe the structure of nephron is divided into Monofilament body and renal tubule. Monofilament body is divided into two parts, which is the cup-shaped structure we can call, especially for Bowman's capsule, and which is the bunch of blood capillaries we can call glomerulus. And renal tubule divided into three parts: PCT, loop of Henle, and DCT. And this is what loop of Henle, which is the U-shaped structure we can call loop of Henle. Loop of Henle open into the DCT, DCT opens into the collecting tube. This is the structure of nephron. Okay. Next to class we have to discuss about urine formation. How urine is formed in human being's body. Okay. Urine formation we are going to discuss in next class. Okay.